Not bad.
How do you do that?
Hello and welcome to Storytime with Richard and Tyler. Today we're going to talk about The Street, a lovely autobiography by an undercover cop named Lachlan McCulloch. And he's a pretty badass dude. He patrolled the streets of St Kilda for many a year, being a dirty, dirty undercover cop. He had great times. Richard's got several nuggets, the new spicy ones.
So I'm on
He's not eating 54s today, though.
on first inspection. We have a slightly crispier coating than your average chicken nugget. Something close up and little red flakes of what would appear to be chili.
No.
Served with a limited edition buffalo sauce.
Okay, back to Storytime. I'm going to turn to a random page and read an excerpt from this lovely autobiography. It was funny because the crook started to call out for other people, members of the public, to come and help him. For some reason, he didn't have confidence in the police members present. It was an insult. One of the uniformed police stepped forward and offered him a bullet to bite on. Again, everyone laughed, except the steward's suspect. Someone said loud enough for the crook to hear, "All that rust on top of the arrow can't be good for you. You don't want that in your bloodstream." Cops laughed in the background. A few minutes later, an ambulance arrived. The two ambulance men looked at the victim, the offender. By now, he had lost interest in the debate. He was quietly sobbing. The boss ambulance man said, "I can try and reduce his pain." The offender whimpered, "Reduce the pain! Reduce the pain!" The ambo guy said, "But I can't get off the fence. You have to call the fire brigade." The offender screamed, "Call the fire brigade! Reduce the pain!" I requested the fire brigade to attend. Darren was talking to a girl or someone on his mobile phone, relaying the story. He just caught the words, "fire brigade." He said, "Hey Angus, is he going to catch fire now?" I ignored him. How cruel to make fun of a man in pain. While we were waiting, I began to explain to everyone how I caught this crook. This annoyed the crook. No end. It was quite obvious to all that the only person who caught the crook was himself. But he didn't get the joke. No sense of humour. What are those chips? Shaker fries.
Yeah, mate. I already smashed back most of them, and then I was like, "Oh, they're shaker fries."
Sorry, I'll get back to the
Probably
story shortly.
Probably going to be extra seasoned. So you could have fucking chicken nugget can?
Oh no. Oh no. I just thought there's heaps in your... Not that bad.
No, I'm hungry motherfucker.
Back to the story. Wait. How cruel to make fun of a man in pain. While we were waiting, I began to explain to everyone how I caught this crook. Oh, this annoyed the crook. The crook to no end. It was quite obvious to all that the only person who caught the crook was himself. But he didn't get the joke. No sense of humour. The fire brigade arrived and used the angle grinder to cut off the steel fence spike just below his impaled hand. By this time, the owner arrived on the scene. He asked me why I put the bloke on the fence. It was a fair question. When you think about it, I told him that the crook did it himself. That he was a burglar I was chasing. The owner said, "I thought by sharpening the spikes, it might put a burglar off, you know, but I didn't think it would actually catch one." The owner of the house went inside and came out with a camera. He took a heap of photographs. The crook was not impressed again. The owner offered to give him some photos after he had them developed. He was having a great time. After the fireman cut the fence spike, the owner said right in front of the crook, "When you get that out of his hand, I want it back, because I might catch another one." We all laughed like drains. The ambulance man said, "We will clean it up and get it back to you." The owner said, "The rustier the better." Throughout the whole incident, no matter how hard the crook tried to make the situation serious, he couldn't. I bumped into him years later in Collingwood. Only then could he laugh about that day, but not as much as I did. There we go. It's a lovely story. One to read to the children. That's a Big Mac. It looks spicy.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Oh, there always.
Yeah. You would have thought, like spending a bit of money there, be a bad customer, give me a quality Big Mac,
What do you think of the story?
The story's good. It's good. So.
Do you want to say goodbye to our audience? See you next time, folks. Araha Nui. Much love.